In today's video, we're going to take a look at Priceline. Now, this is not something that I take a lot of trades on because the options are not really awesome, but I know that some of my subscribers do, so I will go over it. A while back, I did find that we had some symmetry at the most recent lows on the weekly chart by taking some of these prior declines within the larger uptrend and projecting them from that last high. That's what gave us this area for possible support. Okay, this anywhere from 1755 to 76 area. Now we saw a nice rally off of that area, and we know that if this is a more important low, then the upside potential is pretty healthy. Even if you just correct back to the recent high, if you actually just resume the rally, then yeah, the upside potential is huge. But I'm not going to tell you to be a buyer here and risk to underneath here. Okay, what I'm going to do is show you a tighter setup on a daily chart, and let me show you that. So first of all, I do want to acknowledge the fact that after we did see a nice little bounce off of that weekly support, that we did start to have trouble at the extension of the prior high-low swing. One of the things that I talk about all the time is many moves tend to terminate at extensions of prior swings, if only temporarily. But keeping in mind that I have that weekly support at this last low, I want to look at this pullback for another possible entry on the buy side, okay? Because here we have two areas that stand out for support, and so far we are holding above them. The first one comes in with a 618 retracement of the smaller swing that also overlaps a symmetrical projection of a prior decline, and that first area comes in 1833.61, 1835.39. And then the other area that stands out is where we have another projection of the prior larger decline over here, and it also happens to overlap an extension of one swing and a 786 retracement of another. Now you can also look at the 618 that is hanging out there by itself, but as far as the standout decisions, these are the ones that I would focus on. And so far we're holding above this first one, which means that if you continue to do so, you can look to take your buy triggers and you can define your risk underneath that area. You can either risk to underneath the zone, or you can say, well, if I do see a buy trigger, I'm going to risk to underneath the low that was made prior to my buy trigger. Now, if we hold, for example, above this support, what's the potential upside target? Well, you would measure this high to the recent low, run the extension, and say, well, potential upside target, if this holds, is 1895. When am I wrong? If it breaks the zone that I've placed the bet against. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week.